Hi everyone, Pyro here. Devstream 185 just finished, and we got a whole bunch of information about Warframe's next update, Techrot Encore, which is launching on March 19th. They showcased the new frame, the 4 new proto-frame characters, but of course the most exciting news for me was the list of new decorations for orbiters and backrooms. Now, we didn't see the models for most of the new items, and they all had placeholder icons in the menu. But based on the names, and assuming that they'll all be assets that already exist in the game, we can actually take a look at all of them in-game. So in this video, I'll take you on a tour of all the new items, and I'll talk about how we might be able to use them. First up, we've got the air hockey table. This can be found in Amir's arcade. The underside appears to have just a flat dark grey surface, so I'm seeing a lot of structural uses for this one. There's also this arrangement of lights on the top, so you can rotate it upside down and hide the table in the ceiling to just leave this part showing as a light fixture. The arcade machine will be any one of these, I can't say which one. I'm hoping it will be this one because you can see the slanted shape of the top part. We're desperately in need of some triangle shaped items for structural stuff, but regardless of that, these will bring some new colours to our catalogue. Next is the arcade racing machine, which was shown on stream, but you can see it here in the arcade also. Obviously it won't come with the people. I think this one will also have a lot of structural uses with its very unique shape. The arcade ticket machine I think is this one. I like the wood panel texture on the front that would give us a darker shade of brown for surfaces. It could also be this one just outside the arcade, which would provide some more metallic textures. Moving on to the furniture store, we've got the armchair. I love the detailed fabric texture on this one, lots of structural uses for it. The coffee table was shown on stream, and we can see it here in game. I'm glad to have another option for glass, but the wooden bottom part will limit its use as, say, a window pane. The dining table is likely to be this one. I can see a lot of people gravitating towards this for flat wooden surfaces because the texture is a lot nicer than the Zariman wall panels, but it probably won't scale as large as those, so we'll see. Now for the floor lamp. There are unlit versions here in the mall, but also a lit version in the backroom if you have the default clutter toggled on. Regardless of which version we get, by hiding the top and bottom you'll be left with just a metal pole, which will be very useful for trim and detailing. The folding chair can be found next to the stage. Not sure if we'll get the folded version or the unfolded version, but either way these will provide some new shapes that we haven't had access to before. The foosball table was shown on the stream, and we can find it here in the arcade. This is another item with wood panelling on the sides. I'm sure some creative uses can be found for this one. Next up is the large couch, which could come in either blue or tan. The blue one has the same fabric texture as the armchair, but the tan one has a more leathery texture to it, so I hope we get this one. The locker can be found in the office behind where Arthur's standing. Not much to say about this one, but it will make a useful alternative to the various Zariman lockers. Back in the furniture shop there's the nightstand, another wooden textured item, and the little gold handle will be nice for greebling. The online cardboard cutout can be found next to Owie. You can just about make out that the back of this item has a flat cardboard texture on it, could be useful for making surfaces with. The pinball machine is of course in the arcade, the bright pink is going to add some much needed colour to our catalogue, and the detailed art on all sides will be a great option for detailing your walls. Now the sideboard is the only item I can't quite pin down. It could be this big one or this smaller cabinet, or maybe even this full-blown cupboard. Either way, these will be great for building wooden structures and provide flat wooden surfaces. The traffic cone was shown on stream, and we can see a spooky floating one back here in the mall. The cone shape will be useful for sculpting, and we can see on the bottom there's an orange square with a hole in the middle, which will have lots of uses for surface detailing. But you just know the first thing I'm going to do with this is give these golden statues a hat. I don't make the rules, man, it just has to be done. Next is the two-seater couch. This is just the size in between the armchair and the large couch. However, this time the texture choice is between either tan fabric or black leather. The Zeke cardboard cutout can be found in the food court of the mall. Just like the other one, this has a flat cardboard texture on the back. Finally, we have the office chair, which was shown in the dev stream before this one. We know that the man in the wall will visit your backroom if you place it there. Hopefully that doesn't mean we're locked into buying just one of these. All these will be sold by Minerva and Velimir in a new pub area of the Holvania Mall, and are gonna cost hex standing. The 5,000 cost we saw here was probably a placeholder. I fully expect these items to be priced similarly to Hombask, because for some reason DE still think that decorating has to be the grindiest thing in the whole game. So make sure your hex standing is maxed out before the update drops, so you can at least buy a few of them on day one. We are getting some more decorations beside these. Maya, the Nova proto frame, will be selling a new type of display to show some new artwork. We also know that the infested liches will drop some new items, including floofs of the band both in human and Techrot forms, and some new posters. So, overall I'm quite happy with the new selection of items. We're getting access to some new shapes and textures which should greatly increase our options for the Orbiter and Backrooms. That being said, there are still plenty of other 1999 assets that could have been made into decorations. For example, we're still desperate for more plant options, so either of these mall plants would have been great to get. So I hope that DE will continue to add more decorations in future updates. Of course, when the update launches on March 19th, I'll be making a full vendor guide for Minerva and Velemir. I'll buy one copy of every item, rotate them around and talk about more possible uses for them. And I'll go into detail about the fastest way to earn hex standing to buy them. Spoiler alert, it's speedrunning exterminate bounties. Before we finish, I wanted to take this opportunity to thank Zach, Taylor, Danielle and all of the Warframe community team for featuring my Backroom video on Primetime 426. It was an absolute honour to see my work being showcased, and it's things like this that truly make Warframe special. If you want to see the full video where I explain all the ins and outs of decorating your backroom, and how to create something truly unique, check it out on the channel. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of the decorating content I've got coming, including more vendor guides, build showcases and tutorials. See you next time, bye!